It's time for AgriTalk, a discussion of issues and events important to rural America. Here's Mike Adams.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to AgriTalk. We are in Grand Island, Nebraska. It is day number 2 of Husker Harvest Days. Weather right now is nice. I mean, we've had sunshine. It's warmed up, a good breeze compared to what we had earlier, really during the night. A lot of rain in the area. We were in York, Nebraska last night. I had about an inch of rain, and we thought, wow, it's going to be a muddy mess when we get to the show site this morning, but really not. Very little rain here on the show site, maybe a tenth, but what they did have, 40-mile-per-hour winds, and a lot of the exhibits got blown down, and the exhibitors have been scrambling this morning to get tents back up and flags back up and things like that. So really it's better than might have thought, but a few challenges for exhibitors here this morning, but a good crowd has turned out again. The sun is shining, and we'll talk with Matt Youngman, National Events Manager, a little bit later on about what they'll be able to do today, hopefully, and tomorrow as well. Before we go any further, we want to bring in a colleague from our affiliate KJSK in Columbus, Nebraska. Susan Littlefield is with us. Susan, now, of course, you're further east on the eastern side of Nebraska, so I was just wondering about harvest in your area. We noticed here in the Grand Island area, not a lot done. Is there more done back in your part of the state?
They're just starting to. I actually got a phone call late last night from a producer who was out combining and was really pleased with what he was seeing so far. Corn was coming in about 16% moisture, maybe just a tad bit less, but he said to mix it with some drier corn, it was going to work out great, taking it to the elevator at about 13%. And he was getting 200 bushels to the acre average on dry land. Irrigated, obviously, is going to take a little bit longer before he can get to those fields. But the beans, I mean, what has amazed me in the last probably week and a half, how the beans have continued to just dry down as quick as they are. I think bean harvest is going to creep up on guys a lot faster than they thought.
That's interesting because we know in other states it looks like bean harvest is going to be a while yet before they even get to that. So you think it's going to, the beans are coming along that quickly?
It is. If you look at Columbus and head south, into Butler County and then on into York County and stuff, the beans have really started to change color. The leaves are starting to drop in some areas. Head to the northern part of the state in the northeast section, they're still a lot greener, and so it's going to be later for them compared to the folks to the south. But everybody I've talked to, from DSMs to agronomists, they're saying watch those fields, keep out there, keep scouting them, because it's going to be here before you know it.
Any sudden death? We've seen that in a lot of places this year.
Knock on wood, we have not had a lot of that. We've had some Gossa's wilt, and that's the other thing our agronomists are telling our producers. Get out there, scout the fields. I know they're trying to make sure the combine is ready to go, that semis are all ready, but he says get out there, scout your fields, because once the crop completely dies, you're not going to know what diseases you had. And the other big push that folks is being told is to watch from behind that combine, but not as much about what yields you're getting, because you can't change that, but look and see where you got some lower stands, where you've got some weed issues, because that's something you can change for next year.
But overall, it sounds like your farmers in your area are pretty optimistic for this harvest.
They're pretty pleased, and I think the livestock guys are as pleased as well. They're looking at that crop coming in, knowing that there'll be a good supply for them. I'm also hearing a lot of talk about guys thinking maybe they're going to dabble back in wheat again.
Those wheat prices kind of got a lot of interest there, so we'll see. Good to see you. Thanks a lot.
Not a problem. Thanks for coming out to Husker Harvest Days.
All right. Susan Littlefield, Farm Director at our affiliate, KJSK, in Columbus, Nebraska, on the eastern side of the state. She's here covering Husker Harvest Days.